Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome to some more Gold Rush the game. And someone has convinced me that they've done some updates and made things a lot better. So let's have a look-see. Last time I played this, I will admit that I did rage out a little bit. I was very annoyed that they had released this as a finished product when in fact it was still basically an alpha, quite honestly. I mean, let's be honest here. So I want 2 buckets. I only wanted 1 bucket. Oh, that doesn't matter. And we need a sluice box, and we need a no pump. Not that it actually has a pump attached. What it has is a spray bar. But we won't argue over technicals like that. Okay. I think that's everything I need, actually. So let's check out. Yep, we'll order that. Thank you very much. Just dump that stuff outside. It's cool. And we have to load our own vehicle. That's fine. These posts need to go away. They do nothing but get in the way. There's a lot of like extra details in this that genuinely need to just go and die in a hole somewhere. They don't bring anything to the game, and they just take up resources, and they just get in the way. And oh, for God's sake, will you? I wish they would fix that too. I don't know anyone who carries stuff in front of their face like that. As some of you may or may not know, I did a live stream almost a week ago, actually. Basically, I sat here and tried to see how far I could get in 2 hours without using the gold nugget. Which, actually, it turned out you can get pretty far. So, yeah. I've been checking out the forums. I've been, like I said, you know, I basically rage quit this game and got a refund because it was not performing as advertised. And I genuinely didn't think that the asking price was worth what was being given to us. But the other day it came on sale and I kind of acquired it again. So here I am. And it seems like the devs have been working really hard on trying to get the balance in the game right. And when I say balance, I meant like the gameplay versus the gold return. The last thing I read, they did a big rebalance. Right before I did my live stream, actually, which made the live stream actually kind of sort of work. It takes about 2 hours of gameplay to be able to get to I don't know, actually. I don't know how far that gets me. I can't remember, to be honest. I've slept since then. But anyway, it kind of feels like the developers want to try and get rid of the gold nugget. Now, if you're unaware of what a gold nugget is, or what the gold nugget is, you're probably completely aware of what a gold nugget is. But if you're unaware of what the gold nugget is, when you reach your first 1 ounce of gold, the game hands you a free pass. And you can go to the bank and turn in this 40 ounces of gold and basically progress up to the tier 2 mining equipment for free. I should have turned the engine off because I'm not going back into town today. Right. Yeah, so when you reach your first ounce of... I can't even see where the bloody... There we go. When you reach your first ounce of gold, the game basically hands you a free pass, which is a bit stupid. And I think the devs think it's a bit stupid as well. And it seems like they're trying to rebalance the game so they can get rid of that free pass, because it is a bit stupid. You know, when I mentioned the gameplay after the rebalance on the forums, one of the devs came back and said, "Hey, did you accept the gold nugget?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." And uh-oh, that bucket just disappeared, didn't it? And when I thought about it, it went a long way, didn't it? Wow. And when I played the game again, I made sure that I paid attention to what the game was saying. And when you get your first ounce of gold, it pops up a message. It says you found this incredible piece of, you've got this incredible luck and found this incredible piece of gold that no one around here has ever seen before. Highly unlikely. What do you want to do with it? And it does say, do you want to keep it? And it never occurred to me that it does that. It does genuinely say, you know what, I want to put that up there. It does genuinely say, or give you the option of rejecting this piece of gold. So that's what this playthrough is going to be about. Right? It's going to be about playing this in the hard mode. Basically, I'm going to play through this without using that piece of gold, and just see how long it takes me, and how difficult it is to get up to a genuine tier 2 plant, which initially won't take long. So we start off with the usual round of digging at this predefined pile of dirt, which is a bit of a shame, honestly. I genuinely think this game could have really benefited from being more sandboxy in nature. But that said, creating sandboxes for consoles is not easy for an independent developer, and I genuinely feel that that is where this game aims to go. I don't know if it's the developer's choice or Discovery, because this game is licensed via the Discovery Network, but it genuinely feels like they are aiming this game towards the console. Huzzah-ish. Which means that the whole sandbox thing has got to take a back seat. Because whilst consoles are really good at doing gameplay and graphics and stuff, and especially scripting or scripted events, they don't do so well at pure environment. And before some of you console warriors start throwing rattles at the screen, I mean genuinely open environments, which is what this would have to be. So we have this game which is it's pretty rigid, actually. It's got this feeling of being sandboxish in nature, but when you start playing you realize how rigid it really is. Okay, you can get away with it and say that, you're not buying the property, you're renting it. So, yeah, the owner isn't going to let you go around digging anywhere. There's going to be areas that you can only dig in, which makes perfect sense unless you actually do purchase the land. I mean, there are rules and regulations to owning the property in Alaska. There are certain things that you can't do, like redirecting the flow of natural running water, I believe, is one of them. You get severely yelled at for that kind of thing, I believe. But the ability to set up your heavy equipment wherever you want and move it around as you expose more dirt would be really nice. But you can't do that in this because all the footprints are predefined. As you can see up there, that's where you have to set up your wash plant. There's no choice in the matter. Which is a shame, but also understandable. I want to try something out here. This used to be a thing, but I don't think it is a thing anymore. Right, detach. Let's take our black sausage and wash it in our nice white bucket. There we go. Let's see if we can wash it again and get more gold out. Nope, there's no more gold in the moss. So, yeah, you can only wash it once. Yep. Brilliant. So we have a bucket full of, well, stuff, really. So there's that. Chuck that there. I'll use this. Oh, for God's sake. I wish it wouldn't do that. Right. Swishy, 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 swishy. I found that about 7 seconds is the best to do this, because if I do it any quicker, what tends to happen is you get to see the gold, but you can't pick it up. So, swishy, 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 swishy. Empty the water out. Push the button, and God, I can't imagine how annoying this would be with the console, actually. Using the thumbsticks to try and guide this thing in, because sometimes the piece of gold is very difficult to target, even with a mouse, like that piece there. I think that's all of it. Oh, nope, missed a bit. There we go. Brilliant. I like the way I like the way it freezes now. It looks like there might be some more gold in there, so let's give it another wash. Because technically, you're supposed to wash this until the water turns clear. But that doesn't actually do anything for you. See, there's no more gold coming out. We'll give it one more go, and it should stay pretty clear this time. See? No gold. So we'll just get rid of those rocks. And we'll get the other thing. There you get. Oh man, let's pick this up. I'm going to turn it around. I'll put it down there. That way it won't spin the camera around. There! That's a bit more reasonable. Okay, so yeah, swishy, 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 swishy. Brilliant. Swishy, 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 swishy. That's good enough. And we'll just pick up all our bits of gold. Now with this first clean out, I should be able to just run into town and get the pump and the hog pan extension. Oh, there's another piece there. I'm hiding behind that rock. I will find you all. Just gonna get rid of this. You down. Now that's one thing I've noticed, when the camera changes, the textures have a really hard time. The textures take a moment to load in properly. There's some pretty good quality textures in this, but something's not quite right with the mip mapping because they're not loading in properly, and it's definitely not an issue with Unreal Engine that I know about. Because like I've mentioned, I do actually develop with Unreal Engine a little bit. So I think there's a problem with the way they're handling their graphics. It could be something to do with the fact that they're aiming this, like I said, for console compatibility. Okay, we might actually hit 1 ounce with this first clean out. So get rid of our rocks. Yeah, if you watch carefully when I change the camera view, you'll notice the textures kind of don't need you anymore. Bye. The textures just kind of take a moment to load in. They are all fuzzy for a split minute. Split second. Wow. Oh, a split minute. Okay, let's go. Okay, that should be good. Lift up a bit more, get it closer to the camera, it'll be easier to deal with. Put that one there, and I'm going to endeavour to do this without dumping gold all over the floor. As many of you probably noticed in my live stream video. Oh look, it's that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reject this. I don't want it. I don't want the 40-ounce piece of gold. So I'm just going to reject it. Who in their right mind would reject a 40-ounce piece of gold? I don't know. Why that's even an option is also questionable. But like I said, I want to see how this game plays out without the handouts, without the free handouts from the devs. Okay? Now there's something else that I need to keep mentioning. It's a game, not a simulator. Okay? Game, not a simulator. It's a mantra that I've got to keep repeating to myself. Because every now and again I get really annoyed with this game because it's not simulating things properly. But it's a game. It's not a simulator. So I'm going to run back into town and pick up some more equipment. God, those loading sections are so irritating. The level streaming, ugh, man. So I'm just going to sell the ore. That gives us a little bit of money to play with. And we're going to go buy some equipment. Right, so here we are at the yard. We need some more. Yard. We need some more equipment. You like that? Huh? 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 Oh yeah. So we need the extension. Yep, I'll take one of those, thanks. We need 2 mats for the extension. Take some of those, thanks. And we need the hog pan with the spray bar. I'll take one of those, thanks. And we will also need a small water pump, presumably used at that price. I'll take one, thank you. And if we're going to have a water pump, we're going to need the hose. So we need the hose. Now, the last time I played this, or the previous version of this game that I had, you had to buy the hose that had a filter on the end of it. But the filter's disappeared. There doesn't seem to be a filter for it. I'm wondering if they're going to introduce it as its own item. So you can buy the filter independently. But I'm not seeing the filter in here. Yeah, it's really evident here when you look around. You can see the textures popping in and loading. Anyway, so let's have a look here. So we've got the sluice box, we've got the mats, we've got the spray bar pan, we've got the pump, the fat hose, and the thin hose. That all sounds pretty good to me. You forgot the gas can. I don't need the gas can. So I'm just going to chuck those in there because it makes it far easier to... Ow! These posts are just such a pain in the ballsack. Ow. These posts are going really bad. If this is genuinely going out to console, the console players are going to get really pissed at these posts. Because they are, even on PC, they just get in the way so badly. And that's with mouse and keyboard. Imagine trying to get around these with the controller. Yeah, whatever. Right, so now we've got some of our gear. Oh god, I hope that doesn't glitch out. Please don't glitch out. Ow. Whatever. There we go. There. Yeah, you know. It's still a very buggy game. I think that's the best way to say it. At least it doesn't model a physics once you start driving. At least it turns all the physics off. So we've got to go get some gasoline for our pump. Always remember that. You don't have a gas can, dude. I don't need a gas can. Gas cans are for losers and people with a wavetable. Right, we'll put you on the floor there. And this one, we can actually fill directly from the pump. The generator, you can't. It's so strange. I hate this texture loading stuff. It's such a... It just spoils the feel of the game. I genuinely hope they get it fixed. Right, back home again. I think that's actually the funnest part of this game, to be honest. Bung this down. Let's just chuck it there. There we go. If it sets fire to the underbrush, that's whatever. Hi-yo! Hop. That's not quite what I was... Oh, shit. Okay, fair enough. Hop. And the last bit. So we can take this one off. Boinky, 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 boinky. I'll just chuck it there for a minute. There we go. Glitch out where you want now. Right, I will stick this piece on here. Yeah, this game's got a long way to go before it's ready for console. Let's put it that way. Long way. Yeah. And we'll chuck this over here. That's nice deep water there. Notice how it's still complaining that there's no water. These little bugs. Little errors. The one thing I do really like about this is the way they've done the cables and the hoses. That's the one thing that they really got. Damn it! I was going to say really got right, but that's a bit kinky. Oh well. Let's grab this bucket. So now we're working on format, and we don't need to worry about filling this thing with water. We can just turn this thing on and mine our little brains out. So let's do that for the rest of this episode. Right, that is our first lot done. So we've got 100% mats. Let's just wash these monkeys out and see what we've got. Come here, you. 1, 2. What the hell? Wait a minute. Come back here. I think they really need to work on the hitboxes around some of this stuff, though. Especially if, like I said, they're going to aim for a console release with this, because that's going to get really annoying for the console players. Right, so back to the old panning. We shouldn't have to do this too much. We just need like $6,000, and we can get the wavetable. And then the wavetable will make life a lot easier. Once we got the wavetable, it's a snooze to get up to the next tier of gold mining and gear. Ooh, that kind of rhymes. Okay. So let's pick up our glorious loot. I mean, gold, sorry. Okay. Now you'll notice every now and again that the gold you pick up kind of tries to make a runner. It escapes. Something's not quite right in their coding, and the gold won't attach to the jar or the squeezy bottle properly. And every now and again it will actually escape the jar and fall to the floor. Don't panic. It's perfectly fine. You haven't lost it. Actually, the best ones is when it comes out of the jar and lands back in the pan. Because you've already picked it up once, it won't let you pick it up again. Do you like that piece there? Even though it's sitting in the pan, I've already picked it up, so it won't let me pick it up again. Let me actually, you know what? Yeah, see, now it's gone. Yeah. Again, it's a game that's not finished. It's got many, many issues. Put that there. The other thing is, keep in mind that 20% of everything that you find goes to the bank at the end of the day. Which is kind of what I'm waiting for. I did discover that even if you don't have the money available, The bank will take their share. As many of you will know, the bank doesn't care. So if you make a crap ton of money, and then you spend a crap ton of money, it's entirely likely that you will wake up in the morning with a negative bank balance. Come on. Yeah, I can imagine for the console players that this bit is going to get really ugly really fast. Unless, of course, they can freeze the physics like that. And then there's one piece there. Look at that. We almost made back our 1 ounce. Hello. A bit weird. Brilliant. So some more of the cleany, dirty. Yes. Look at the colour of that water. Don't you just want to dive in there and drink it? Now, one of the things that they said was they're introducing, or they're planning on, making a big thing out of seasons. So you'll have a summer, a winter, a spring, and the other one. And I don't know how that's going to actually affect the game. Presumably in the winter you just won't be able to do anything, and you'll skip it. And it will cost you money to do so, right? Because even if you can't mine during the winter, you still have to live and pay rent on it. Well, no, you wouldn't be paying rent on the claim because you're not actually earning any money off of it. So yeah, I don't know how that works actually in the winter. Anyway, but that said, it would be really cool if you had to winterize your equipment before you left. But again, game, not a sim. Game, it's not a sim. Oh, free bucket! So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even more gold. Doubt we'll make 2 ounces out of this lot, but you know what? You can dream. And it's only 4 o'clock on day 1 as well. That's actually quite unbelievable, to be honest. Come on. Come on, there we go. And you see that piece sitting there? There you go. I love it when the physics freezes like that. That's awesome. Oh no! Escapees! It's funny how they actually roll down into the dish and interact with the rocks, but they're not actually part of the scene. It's cute. So, yes, that, just short of 2 ounces in that one cleanup. That's a shame. Let's get our bucket back. It's 4:30. I probably have enough time to do another run, so let's do that now. We'll do another run. There's no time to put your feet up and drink beverages. back to the panning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, you're supposed to do it until the water gets clear. Okay, yeah, that's 2 ounces. Now, here's one thing. Your dude, your character, the person you're playing, or you, or whatever, however you play the game, you never suffer from fatigue. You never have to eat, or any of that stuff. The game is not a simulator. Yeah, you've got this trailer over there, which you can use to pass the time. You know, you can use it to artificially move the clock forwards. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you can use it to kind of move time forwards a little bit. Until I think you can take like an hour nap, or you can sleep until dawn of the next day. And it just kind of progresses time forwards. Which I guess is fine if you don't want to work at night and it's dark. But there's no real benefit to it. There's no downside to working 24/7 in this game at the moment. Maybe the devs will bring something in. Don't know. But it's a bit weird. It's a game. It's not a simulator. So what have we got now then? Oh, we're knocking on the door of 3 ounces. That's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. We'll just pick some more of this yellow dirt out of here. Actually, watching the discussion group, the Steam discussion group, there was a mention of potential DLCs. And obviously that's a long way down the road, you know. I mean, there is absolutely no way this game should receive any DLCs in its current state. It is by no means finished. It doesn't have the content that was promised. So hopefully they won't do anything as stupid as releasing a DLC in the foreseeable future. However, that said, I would absolutely 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just for the 10. There we go, just for S&Gs. I would absolutely love officially licensed equipment packs. Now, one of the devs said that, you know, oh, that costs money for us to do. Yes and no. It depends on how you do it. And how you approach the company. Anyway, yeah. And then, of course, you know, I made the comment about it, and I was thinking further on, and I was like, well, what about a DLC called Fool's Gold, where you get to pick, DLCs that allow you to go to different locations. So, you know, this is all set in Alaska, right? So you can have a Yukon DLC, which gives you, which unlocks 4 new claims that you can play with, potentially bigger claims with more gold in them. And then international DLC, call it Fool's Gold, in which you get to go to Ghana I can hear you laughing already. Shit. What you gotta go to Ghana and dig gold there. Successfully, mind. Go in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Wait, what? Another little bit of a rinse there. It doesn't look like as much as before, does it? Just be the way my eyes are seeing. Right. Okay. Lots and lots and lots of gold. Pick it all up. The sun's going down. Actually, the sun... I don't know. Do we know what time of year it's supposed to be? I was just thinking, because I know up in Alaska, it, you know, the sun doesn't always go down. Actually, this is like way below the Arctic Circle, so yeah, you still have seasons and sunrises and sunsets. That's probably good enough, huh? All right, let's get rid of that brown water. As tasty as it looks. Up these gold chunks that are worth so much money. It's hard to believe they waste the stuff on jewelry. It should all go into electronics. That. Actually, I think I've still got some cinders floating around somewhere. I should check them out. Might be worth some money. Actually, I don't. I know I threw them away a long time ago. Okay, and we'll pick up one there. Yeah, that's something a lot of people didn't realize until recently, when recycling cell phones and electronics became big business, is just how much gold is actually used in some of our devices these days. You'd be surprised, actually. I mean, obviously not enough to have a gold tooth put in, but shite. Into that bucket. Yep, and whoop, bye. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. God, I remember doing this up in California. I gotta say, runoff water is bloody cold. Don't be panning in runoff water, not unless you're wearing gloves. It's very difficult to pick your beer up when your fingers are frozen. A little bit of a tip for you there. Just get rid of these, that's that done, and I'm gonna probably just call it for today. I think we've got enough done. Yeah, this would be cold as balls, man. This would definitely be mountain runoff water, and yeah. Ugh. Cold, 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 cold. Anyway, so, one thing I've got to do before I go lay down is pull my mats. Right now, there's a bug in the game. If you leave your mats deployed and save the game, when you come back, they don't work properly and you have to buy new ones. But to avoid that, you can just yank your mats out like that and just leave them laying on the side and then save your game, and when you come back, the mats will work. It's fantastic. Speaking of when you come back, I guess that's it for me. I'm going to go take a lay down. And I guess in the morning, on day 2, we'll see just what we accomplished today. But I think the game is actually looking pretty good again. You know, it looks really nice. It plays okay. It's not finished. It's got tons of problems. Well, bugs, but bugs are problems. And you know, I genuinely wish it was more sandboxy. But anyway, it's opinion. Everyone's got one. Yep, day 2. Next video. Till then, I will see you anon.